Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going through Genesis chapter 5. So first we're going to write in our prayer journal, so let's go ahead and do that, then we'll meet back to read the chapter. Hi guys, welcome back. So we're going to be in Genesis chapter 5 today. This is a chapter about the genealogy of Adam, so you may think, oh, that's going to be boring, but trust me, it may seem boring because you're just going through names, how long someone lived, but this is very important information for us to know because it tells us important things that happened with people throughout life. Okay, so let's begin. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. In the day that God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them and called them mankind in the day they were created. And after his image, and Adam lived 130 years, and he begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Seth. After he begot Seth, the days of Adam were 800 years, and he had sons and daughters. So all the days Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. So that's just going through how the genealogy continues and the purpose it shows. And so you're thinking, but all these people were siblings, why would they get together? Because during this time, with how early on humanity was, the genetics were so pure that whenever you looked at it, yes, it was incest, but it was necessary to make the genealogy continue and make more people on earth. But as soon as it wasn't necessary anymore, it was condemned. Like, God's like, no, you cannot be with your sisters, you cannot be with your half-sisters, nothing. Seth lived 105 years and begot Enosh. After he begot Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enosh lived 19 years and begot Canaan. After he begot Canaan, Enosh lived 815 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. So right here, I'm not taking notes. I'm just highlighting how long someone lived before they died. So Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. After he begot Mahalalel, Canaan lived 840 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. Mahalalel lived 65 years and begot Jared. After he begot Jared, Mahalalel lived 830 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 890 years, and he died. Jared lived 162 years and begot Enoch. After he begot Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years, and Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. So you're thinking, he walked with God? What do you mean? How long did he live? When did he die? So technically, Enoch never died. He's technically still alive. So Enoch walked with God as Adam and Eve before the fall, aka whenever they ate the fruit. And he was one of two people that walked with God, the other one being Elijah, which we'll talk about later on in the Bible. And they were taken without death. This introduces life after death in God's presence. Testimony to his faith, he lived to please God, but that doesn't mean he lived without sin, because only Jesus was sinless. And the Bible does say, if you do not sin, you are just deceiving yourself. And this was the first talk of the rapture, because it's not exactly saying it was the rapture, but that's our word for whenever we're taken into God's presence without dying. And so To walk with God, we walk by faith in light and in agreement with God. God is everything we need. From Him comes all things. So you may think, oh, nowadays I need so much money. No, you don't. God will provide what you need for you. But that doesn't mean you just get to lay on your couch all day and do nothing. You still have to work for what you want and need, but God will provide that you have a stable home. Okay, now we're at verse 25. Methuselah lived 187 years and begot Lamech. After he begot Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Fun fact, Methuselah was actually the person who lived the longest in the Bible. And these people, they're living so long, and you're like, how does that happen? And the way I think about it is, whenever you look at it, this is when Earth just started out. And so during this time, the Earth wasn't as polluted as it is today. There was cleaner air, cleaner water, all that. And people needed to live longer so that they could continue generations and make the family line longer. So God probably granted them a longer time to live. And also, since it wasn't as polluted as today, they have a longer lifespan. Now we're going to continue to the end of the chapter from verse 28. Lamech lived 182 years and had a son, and he called his son Noah, saying, "This one will comfort us concerning our work and toil our hands because of the ground, which the Lord has cursed." After he begot Noah, Lamech lived 595 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So Noah's name basically means to comfort or to rest. And so I was reading this Girls Read Bible podcast, and it was talking about how there's multiple different meanings for their names and how they could all interconnect into one meaning that is no way it's a coincidence. And when we read about Noah in the end of this chapter, it's the Noah who was known as Noah in the ark, and we'll be getting into him soon. And whenever you actually read it from the Bible instead of just the story of Noah, it gives you extra information, and it is so interesting. So come back, because I will be doing that chapter and posting it for tomorrow. And so that's the end of chapter 5 today, and I'll see y'all for chapter 6. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for coming.